Defensive pass interference, DPI. The three words that have haunted the 49ers defense, me, DeMeco Ryans, Kyle Shanahan, and whoever the secondary coach is. I hate defensive pass interference. Well, let's talk about it. Everybody, welcome back to another video with your boy Shifty. This one goes out to 49er fans near and far. Today we are talking about a topic that is going to resonate big time with any 49er fans this season, and it is defensive pass interference and how much I hate this rule. I think that defensive pass interference should be in the NFL. It should be in the NFL rulebook. However, I just despise how it is enforced. Here is my contention. I think that defensive pass interference should be legislated, should be officialed the way that face masking used to be. So back in the day, we're talking maybe 15-ish plus years ago, with face mask, there used to be two types of face mask penalties. One was of the 5-yard variety, where if you just kind of like grazed the face mask and didn't, do anything other than that, that would be a 5-yard penalty and I believe an automatic first down. Then there was the more severe variety, which was with face masking, which is what face mask is today. For any face masking is that you grab the face mask and you pull it down and you clearly, it jerks the opponent in a certain way, and that's 15 yards, automatic first down. Basically a personal foul penalty. Now, when it comes to pass interference on the defense, I think that the standards should be somewhat similar to how the face masking used to be. Here is what my idea is for how pass interference should be called by the officials. If it's a case of a defender does this to a receiver and the receiver just goes, ugh, or if it's somewhat like, the defender kind of influenced it, but it wasn't like there was nothing significant there. I think it should be basically the same as, and what it should be called as, is illegal contact, because they have that. That is a rule and a call that they make. So that would be 5 yards, automatic first down. Now, I'm not saying that you should be able to let defensive backs do whatever to wide receivers, and the worst thing that can happen is just a 5-yard first down penalty. No, like if a DB, whether cornerback or even linebacker or safety or whatever happens, if it's absolutely egregious, it should be spot foul, which is what defensive pass interference is right now. Should be spot foul, automatic first down. And I just don't see what's wrong with that. I mean, I just think that it's kind of ridiculous. And look, I am biased as a 49ers fan because all season long, we've been getting penalized by defensive pass interference in really horrible situations, and it's led to opponents scoring a lot of points off of it. So, of course, I'm a little bit biased. But I think that, like any reasonable football fan, when you think about it, like if you're a quarterback and you're just like, hey, my guy's one-on-one, I'm just going to launch it deep. He's either going to catch it, it'll be incomplete, it'll be defensive pass interference, or very unlikely the DB intercepts it. But it's like, I just don't think that when a DB makes slight contact that it should be like, hey, here's 45 yards or here's 30 yards. I think that's way too harsh. If I'm not mistaken, that college football has different rules and seems to work pretty well. I've never heard any crazy complaints about the college football pass interference rules, but I think there needs to be two levels of it. And I think that what officials should call a lot more often is, hey, look, illegal contact. And I'm not going to pretend like I've read the entire NFL rule book, that I know all the ins and outs, that I know as much as the officials. And let me put it out there as well. I'm not blaming the officials totally when it comes to these calls. Now, in the moment, and maybe you've seen in my live stream, but like in the moment, I'll be like, oh my God, like how could you call that? They're calling the rule as they see appropriate. And I think that if you gave the officials the power or the wherewithal to be like, hey, if we see, oh yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of interference, but it's not egregious, then hey, look, it's going to be 5 yards and a first down. I think that's reasonable, but I just don't think it should automatically be. If you just throw the ball deep and the DB just even like grazes the receiver, that it should be like, hey, well, there's 40 yards. I mean, to get 40 yards is like, it's not easy in the NFL. Like, we're talking about multiple incredibly well executed plays, and for the officials to be like, well, he kind of did this, and hey, there's 40 yards. I just think that's way over the top. I think it's outrageous, silly, and quite honestly, it's a bunch of nonsense. So I think that the NFL should be better than this. I was somewhat intrigued. I believe it was 2019 when they introduced challenging pass interference calls. And I don't mind that. I mean, of course, it slows the game down, but the game is already 3 hours. So, but ultimately, I think that when it comes down to it, and I believe that the majority of NFL fans would prefer it, is if, look, if a receiver gets interfered with, yeah, it's probably illegal contact. But if it's absolute, just then you call it. Like, I'm ranting and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna leave it there, but I want to hear everyone's thoughts on this, because I feel like in some ways I'm kind of alone on this. But then when I talk to other people about it, they're like, well, actually, I don't think you're totally wrong. So I would love to hear comments. I would love to hear whatever it is about what you guys think about defensive pass interference, because to me, it needs to be completely overhauled. And of course, this could be a knee-jerk reaction to the 49ers just being absolutely dreadful this year with getting those calls. But ultimately, I think it's something that I just hate how a game can turn on a call where it's such a minuscule thing. So let me know what you guys think. I'm super interested and curious to hear about it. And yeah, feel free to leave comments, because I'll be talking. I will respond. And then also subscribe to the channel. It's every single one is super appreciated. I'm going to have another video when it's previewing the 49ers at the Chicago Bears. And then we are going to have a live stream on Sunday, which is going to be super rad. So stick around for that. But yeah, leave your thoughts and comments on this video. And I guess at this point, all there is left to say is I will catch you guys on the flip side.